So Donald Trump brought down the House at his joint address to Congress, while Democrats brought down their poll numbers. Yo, Democrats, they don't call it a joint address because you're supposed to sit there frozen like you smoked a joint and you don't know what to do. And here's a pro tip. If you're going to call yourself the party of the youth, maybe don't start the night with an old man shaking a cane while the rest of the team holds up bingo paddles. I mean, no offense to Bernie Sanders and Nancy Pelosi, but I've seen younger faces on money. But it wasn't the fact that Democrats looked old. It was the fact that they acted like little spoiled brats. No applause for protecting women's sports. No applause for the moms who lost their daughters to illegal immigrants. They couldn't even put together a round of applause when a little boy with cancer became a Secret Service agent. And this is the same party that cheers when little boys become little girls. Go figure. Long story short, Democrats, if you can't stand for kids you're definitely not going to be able to stand the election results. So keep it up, and you're the ones that are going to keep getting paddled.
Nicolle, Wallace, and Rachel Maddow, you need to be fired immediately.
Oh my God. That is jaw-dropping. We went back and looked to see what the reaction on set was to her. And even her fellow panelists, from Jen Psaki to Rachel Maddow, you could see Jen Psaki literally leaning away from her. And even Rachel Maddow, without commenting on that, just moved away, bridged away to another topic. When you've gone too far for Psaki and Maddow, you've gone too far, period.
Yes, the other day, Joy Rhee was fired on MSNBC. Social media users are now calling that these two ladies should be fired. What they did during the Trump address is extremely concerning. Megyn Kelly did not hold back. She had a whole segment on it. Not only her, a lot of people are doing videos calling for the firing of these people. Just imagine the reactions to this kid. When I saw that video, I was like, was it a plan? Because even Democrat did not stand up for that kid. I begin to wonder if these people really have empathy. Forget about the politics. This was not politics. This is something you are saying what the child has been going through. Forget about how you hate Trump. Stand up to, say something nice.
Nicolle, Wallace, and Rachel Maddow, you need to be fired immediately. MSNBC, your ratings, you wonder why. Your ratings are already in the toilet. And you put these disgusting coke whores, Nicolle Wallace and Rachel Maddow, you are white liberal racist females. You are the scourge of the earth. You're all alike. It has been proven that DEI that you support and celebrate only benefits white females like yourself. So you bringing up race and color all the time is now backfiring on you, because guess what? We're going to turn it on you. I never mentioned race before, but now that you've made it a game, don't hate the player. You hate the game. You created it. I'm going to turn it on your ass. MSNBC, those two kooks need to be fired immediately. Both of these individuals came on after President Trump's beautiful speech last night, where he honored DJ Daniels, who is a brain cancer survivor. Like, who in their right mind? You wonder why nobody wants to watch. You wonder why nobody wants to watch your.
Here is that MSNBC reaction that I teased at the top of the show, and this was in response to little DJ. And honestly, I don't know what's happened to this person. She used to be a Republican. She was the person who shepherded Chief Justice John Roberts through his confirmation process. It's Nicolle Wallace, who now, I think her next job will be with the Lincoln Project. Here was her reaction to sweet 13-year-old DJ.
It was a genuinely beautiful moment. The beauty of that child is the tragedy of the Trump presidency. Because we don't know how he survived pediatric cancer, but it is likely he benefited from some sort of cancer research. And it is a fact that Trump has slashed cancer research. I hope he lives and the life he wants to live. He wants to be a cop. He knows what he wants to do. And maybe when you have childhood cancer, that crystallizes for you. And I hope he has a long life as a law enforcement officer. But I hope he never has to defend the United States Capitol against Donald Trump supporters. And if he does, I hope he isn't one of the 6 who loses his life to suicide. And I hope he isn't one who has to testify against the people who carried out acts of seditious conspiracy and then live to see Donald Trump pardon those people.
Oh my God. That is jaw-dropping. We went back and looked to see what...
Yes, like Trump said during that address, like if he likes, he survives people. Though important things in life, Democrat will never appreciate it. That is true. Reason, the mainstream media, and they don't appreciate anything. No matter what, I don't know, the Trump hatred in these people is in such a way that they don't even see any good thing again. You could have done, criticize Trump, say all ridiculous things about him, but this moment was not that period you're supposed to do that. This is my second video. I'm reacting to this because it touched me to a level that I don't want to see these people. Tell me why their ratings were not tanked with this kind of behavior. People follow you on social media. People watch you because you deliver the truth, what people want to hear. That is a reason. But when they start seeing you doing this every single time, like an activist, calling yourself a journalist, then you lost credibility.
You of TDS. Once you get it, it's a lifelong affliction, and it really does warp the way you see everything around you. You see the pot of gold, and to you it looks like crap. Mm-hmm. You see a wonderful event for a child, and instead you see only doom and gloom and darkness if it has anything to do with the orange man. And it's strange how it's like it's broken for the rest of the country. Like they never really had it. And so now they look at these people and they're not watching them. We were talking about this yesterday, Rich. Sometimes when you're in the opposition, your numbers go up. At Fox News, our numbers always went up when we were in the so-called opposition. It was Democrat president under Barack Obama, et cetera. Their numbers are not going up under MSNBC post-election. They're still withering on the vine. The numbers are horrid. And I really think it's because of this. Like, Trump's policies were not, yes, tariffs are controversial, right? But like everything else he talked about was really not even controversial.
Yes, just when I thought this would learn a lesson after Joy Reid being fired, they can't even stop. They went ahead to continue with this hatred. Like Megyn Kelly said here, when TDS is inflected in you, you don't see where again. You see good things like bad things. You see red like yellow. Everything surrounding Trump, you don't see it again. But it is crazy to hate someone this much. At the end of the day, what they're not realizing is that the more they're hating this man, he keeps moving and he keeps succeeding. They want to bring him down here. Oh, God will remove him there. Like that every single time. Is it that they don't have eyes to see that this is not working? Because if it was working by now, they will stop. They can't even stop. It is high time they learn a lesson and stop all this hatred. Since I was born, I have never seen someone being hated like this. They've got from all sort of names. He's the highest person taking negative publicity, saying things, and he said it himself, like everything he does, negative publicity, he's used to with that. We've rest for about 4 days now. Elon Musk, they are not calling again. I don't know if they're tired with this or what exactly, or they are struggling to bring a different strategy. Democrat at this time don't know what exactly is going on. They don't even know what to do. They should rethink and make good decisions. If not, this won't even stop.
Well, Donald Trump backed down today. It doesn't happen every day. But because Donald Trump is actually, by far, the most cowardly president we have ever had, who's pretending to be a tough guy, He has backed down.
Specifically, no real mention of how tariffs might be inflationary.
The behavior of Democrats last night was completely disgraceful and demonstrated how severely out of touch they are with the American public. It was the most shameful moment in the history of presidential addresses in that beautiful chamber.
I found it very cowardly that a lot of the Democrats didn't stand, didn't clap, didn't do anything to support anything that Donald Trump is trying to do as president to make this country better. It was very shameful to the Democrats.
Mr. Green, take your seat. Take your seat, sir. Take your seat.
The only thing I kept thinking last night was I really don't know what Democrats do. Like, I mean, they clearly lost a long time ago back in November, but just as a party, it's like Republicans and Democrats aren't even playing the same game. They're not in the same league. Like, they aren't speaking the same language. And I don't know what Democrats can do to cut through. I mean, my other thought was a lot of them honestly shouldn't have shown up if they weren't going to be more disruptive. Like, salute to Congressman Al Green. OG got some nuts, you know?
Yes, I believe you all saw what happened, how this man was kicked out simply because Democrat had a plan to all walk out immediately. This guy did this. Their plan disrupted.
With the way both the president and Elon Musk talk in such derogatory terms about just the general federal government workforce.
Also, just like, what an impressive group of people, right? I mean, from all the different places I've ever worked in my life, like having a group of 4 colleagues that was that impressive and credentialed and articulate.
By the way,
And still yet, nothing is working out. They need to rethink and change their strategies, not to interrupt the president when he is speaking.
I really miss Congress. Remember them?
Yeah.
They used to make the decisions and make the laws, and now we have nothing but executive orders.
Yeah. I was looking for signs of an opposition party, which is what the Democratic Party must be at this point, not a resistance, because resistance is passive. Opposition is active. And I think that what I saw when Representative Al Green stood up and said, you don't have a mandate to take away Medicaid, and he was tossed out, I expected the rest of his Democratic caucus, the rest of his colleagues to walk out with him. Because
You hear that number 2 is George Wash.
Thank you guys for always being there sharing out my videos. God bless you abundantly. If you see clips after this, that is just for the YouTube algorithm.
But I think this was a lesson.
Look at what's happening. The Democrats are not even acknowledging.
But what Musk is doing seems much more indiscriminate.
People like a party and elect it because they can't. He talked about. They're going to be in the booth. Wait a second. I'd heard this. I'd not heard the story.
I'll be honest. I don't think this network makes any other programming. So we can do whatever we want as long as we wrap before the new season of South.
Watch this moment where, of course,
when we talk about
Conan, what's up, my brother?
It's all because of Trump. It is insane.
Great. Watch this moment where, of course, predictably, naturally, Oprah tries to make it about herself. And you can see